Alex Pereira stepped into the octagon at UFC 320 with an aura of calm intensity, the type of presence that has defined him throughout his career. He carried himself like a man who has been on the biggest stages before, unfazed by the lights, the pressure, and the enormity of the event. Across from him stood Jamahal Hill, a hungry contender with the swagger of a man who had waited for this exact moment to prove that he belonged at the pinnacle of the sport. The crowd was electric, buzzing with anticipation. From the moment the walkouts began, fans knew they were in for a clash of styles, Pereira's precision striking and kickboxing pedigree against Hill's unorthodox rhythm and explosive boxing power. Both men had promised fireworks, and the arena felt like a powder keg ready to explode. As the opening bell rang, the tension snapped. Pereira immediately took the center of the octagon, his signature low stance evident, eyes locked onto Hill like a predator studying prey. Hill circled, bouncing on his toes, his jab flicking out like a measuring stick, testing distance and trying to keep Pereira honest. Early on, Pereira established his leg kicks. Each thudding shot echoed through the arena, sending jolts up Hill's lead leg. It was the type of weapon Pereira is known for, subtle, damaging, and cumulative. Hill acknowledged the kicks with a smirk, but his movement began to slow just enough for Pereira to notice. Hill, however, wasn't there to simply absorb punishment. He fired back with sharp right hands and quick combinations, occasionally catching Pereira on the guard. His confidence was clear, and his punches carried the kind of sting that reminded everyone why he was in this main event. Midway through the first round, Hill managed to land a clean right hand that snapped Pereira's head back. The crowd roared, sensing a momentum shift. Pereira, though, remained stoic, barely flinching, as if he had been hit by something far less significant. He pressed forward, chopping at the legs again and forcing Hill into defensive exchanges. By the end of round 1, it was already a chess match. Pereira's composure against Hill's aggression created a fascinating dynamic. One fighter was whittling down his opponent with calculated efficiency, while the other was searching for the big shot that could end it all. In round 2, Pereira began to loosen up. His left hook, arguably his deadliest weapon, started to find its way toward Hill's chin. Even when it didn't land flush, the threat of it changed Hill's posture. He became more hesitant to close distance, wary of stepping into the danger zone where Pereira thrives. Hill adjusted by throwing more volume. He worked the jab, mixed in body shots, and attempted to keep Pereira guessing. For a moment, his activity earned him success, landing clean punches that popped Pereira's head back. Yet every time Hill found an opening, Pereira answered with brutal efficiency, a leg kick, a stiff jab, or a counter left hook that reminded Hill he was playing with fire. The atmosphere was tense as round 2 closed. Neither man was backing down, and both corners urged their fighters to stay sharp. The audience could sense that something dramatic was coming, that the fight was inching toward a pivotal moment. Round 3 opened with urgency. Pereira picked up the pace, sensing Hill slowing ever so slightly. His combinations grew sharper, kicks to the body, hooks upstairs, knees in close. Hill tried to rally, his grit undeniable, but Pereira's precision began to overwhelm him. Then it happened. As Hill stepped forward with a jab, Pereira timed him perfectly, uncorking his devastating left hook. It connected clean on the jaw, sending Hill crashing backward to the canvas. The arena erupted, fans leaping to their feet. As Pereira stalked forward for the finish, Hill, showing incredible toughness, tried to scramble back up. But Pereira was relentless. He swarmed with ground and pound, landing heavy shots until the referee had no choice but to step in. Just like that, the fight was over. Alex Pereira had once again delivered a statement performance. His calm precision, his ruthless timing, and his unmatched striking pedigree had proven too much for Jamahal Hill. The victory cemented his legacy even further, another chapter in a career defined by highlight reel finishes and cold efficiency. Hill, despite the defeat, earned respect for standing toe-to-toe with one of the most feared strikers in the sport. His heart and determination were undeniable, and though he fell short, he showed flashes of brilliance that will carry him forward in his career. Pereira, standing tall in the center of the octagon, raised his hands to the roaring crowd. The image was iconic, another fallen contender behind him, another victory etched into the history books. He had faced danger, absorbed Hill's best, and delivered the type of finish that only he can produce. As the post-fight interview began, Pereira remained humble. He spoke little, letting his performance do the talking, as always. Yet the message was clear: he was still at the top of the mountain, still the man to beat. The fight